Welcome into Sports with Balls, guys. I was trying to get the music in here, but it looks like we don't have any music. So, wow. And it looks like one of my Twitter accounts is not seeing the show live. So, it is what it is. Sometimes the music plays, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, well. Things happen for a reason. Welcome into Sports with Balls, guys. I'm Jeff Michael on a hump day on a Wednesday, man. Lots of action this weekend in the NFL. Of course, we're going to get to that. Today's show brought to you by Christian's Tailgate. As always, go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Taco Tuesdays, award-winning hamburgers. Great event to watch. Great place to watch all these sporting events. So get over to Christian's Tailgate whenever you can. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Today's show going to be a doozy. Look, it's the middle of the afternoon, so thank you guys. If those of y'all that are tuning in live and those of y'all listening in on the podcast, thank you so much. I have got a golf tournament at 3 o'clock, so I am not going to be able to do a show tonight. Hence, you get me this afternoon. Today's headlines. Let's talk about them, man. Oh, you know what? Before I forgot about that, but before we get into today's headlines, let's get into today's national holidays. August the 7th, Regatta Day, Aged Care Employee Day. Wow, what is that? A National Lighthouse Day. There you go. National Raspberry and Cream Day. Psychiatric Technician Appreciation Day. Woo. National Sea Serpent Day, for those of y'all believe in Loch Ness and all that stuff. Let's see. Professional Speakers Day. I read something a long time ago about professional speakers being one of the hardest jobs to ever do. And some people fear it more than death. That is really interesting. You fear death more than you fear public speaking. So Professional Speakers Day. That's it. Purple Heart Day. So there you go. That's a big one. So today, August the 7th, there you go. Purple Heart Day, Professional Speakers Day, and Aged Care Employee Day. So there you go. Welcome to the show. We'll get into today's sports history days later on in the show. We always do that at the end because those are a lot of fun. Once again, guys, on air today early because I have got a golf tournament I'm going to in a little bit. So wish me luck. Hope to shoot in the high 80s, low 90s. Where are you on your golf game? Huh? You shooting the high 80s, low 90s? What's your handicap? Let me know. Go to Sports with Balls on all your social media outlets. And, dude, go to some debating. It's a lot of fun over there. I post some crazy stuff, and people like to get into it. So go to Sports with Balls on all your social media outlets. Follow, like, and follow, and share. And let's get going. I guess breaking news so far in the NBA. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the NBA today, but All-Star Lowry Markkanen signs a 5-year, $238 million deal with the Utah Jazz. $220 million in new money. I guess that's big news. The contracts in the NBA are absolutely ridiculous. Like, they're unfreaking believable, man. It's not like I don't know who this guy is, but I don't turn on my television to watch him, and he's getting almost $300 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insanity. I get it. This guy's good, but is that who you're building your team around? Because sure season like it with that contract. 5 years. What is that? 5 years, $238 million, man. Wow. Is that dude worth it? Is the Utah Jazz franchise worth that? Woo. That is who you're building your team around. And I just don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think he's Luka. You know what I'm saying? Luka's a special breed. I don't think Lowry is a special breed, but the guy's good. He's going to make around $300 million in his career. He'll probably make $400 million to play in Utah with the Jazz. Insanity. As far as the NBA goes, I guess since we're on that, we can stick with the Olympics. USA's in the gold medal match. Are they going to win? Probably. Do I care? No. There's just no storyline there. There's nothing about the men's Olympic team that draws me to want to watch them. There's not even a team that's comparable, that's close. Like, they tried to sit there and push a storyline between Canada maybe being good, Spain maybe being good, France maybe being good. They're not. They're not at all. It's just not interesting. I hate to say it. It's just not that interesting. The NBA slash basketball in the Olympics. I had no idea there was a 3-on-3 tournament in the Olympics either. And USA got bombed out of there, men's and women's. I think the women's got the bronze medal. So congratulations to them. But yeah, man, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in watching the crowd boo Joel Embiid. I'm not interested in Jason Tatum being benched. They keep trying to give us storylines out of this USA Olympics basketball team, and there's just none. It's just boring. Tell me it's exciting. Give me something I'm like, oh my gosh, what, Anthony Edwards? They try to push that storyline on us as well. The guy's good. We already get that. We saw in the playoffs. This is no fun to watch. I think I've watched about 5 minutes total of the Olympics. And I'm talking about in general, all of it. We talk about the USA Olympic men's basketball team because this is a sports show. But if you want to sit there and talk about the overall Olympics in general, like how much has everybody watched? I don't think many people have watched a lot of it at all. There's 0 storylines this year in the Olympics. Usually there's an underdog story or somebody that's been doing something for a long time and here's their chance at glory or shattering world records. There's just, I don't care what country it's from. There's just 0 storyline. There's none. I don't have one storyline where I'm like, yay. You know what the highlights of the Olympics have been? So far, a guy's junk, whatever, stopped him from winning the pole vault competition. And then there's a male/female in the boxing. That's the highlights of the Olympics so far. And you could throw Simone Biles in there. But, I think we all knew that was going to happen. Those are the Olympic highlights. Nobody I know is like, dude, did you see so-and-so? Did you see so-and-so? Did you see so-and-so? No, man. It's just absolutely awkward. It is what it is. No storylines in the Olympics. I have 0 interest in watching. The Americans blew everybody away in medals. All right. When did we become where the Winter Olympic Games is way more watchable and way more exciting than the Summer Olympic Games? It blows my mind. The track and field games were an absolute disaster as far as ratings is concerned, I'm sure. Like, nothing was interesting. Nothing. I wasn't like, wow, on anything. They didn't push a storyline. Usually we have those little 5-minute segments prior to something going on to get us pumped up about a certain athlete. We have none of that. None. The pole vaulter's got big junk and it stopped him from winning. And there's a female boxer that has male genes. Those are your highlights of your Olympics so far this year. And then I think there's a swimmer that got kicked out of the some blonde swimmer that was apparently pretty good looking got kicked out of the Olympic Village for being promiscuous, if you will. That's your highlights. There you go. There's your Olympics in a nutshell. So, like I said, what are we going to do? Sit here, talk about it all? I know. Here's a storyline that I can't wait for. The closing ceremonies. Tom Cruise is apparently dropping down from the middle of the stadium, and then it flashes over because the next Summer Olympics will be in LA, and he's flying into the Hollywood sign and then passing the torch on. We'll see. That may be. I'm sorry, I forgot one more highlight of the Olympics. Snoop Dogg. There you go. There's your highlights. There's your Olympic preview or overview in a nutshell. All right, I'm done with the Olympics. Let's move on to everybody's favorite now, the National Football League. And there are some news stories out of the NFL today. Giants and Lions both fined $200,000 for fighting. I know we see this every year. I like it. It's fine as long as nobody gets hurt. They've got pads and stuff on, as long as nobody's breaking their hand. Like, it is what it is. These guys are going at it. I'm sure the NFL wants to slow it down. So they are fined $200,000 each because video services, obviously, of the fights. And then the big trade that was supposed to happen that looks like won't happen. Brandon Ayuk, who's wanted out of San Francisco for a while now, has now been informed the Patriots will not pursue a trade with him. The Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers are still on the block. Really? You're going to leave the San Francisco 49ers for the Cleveland Browns or the Pittsburgh Steelers, I would talk to your agent. That's not a good move. That is a terrible football move. I don't know about money-wise. I don't think they're going to offer. I don't know. The Browns are dumb, so the Browns may give you $500 million. Who knows? And if so, then go there. But I just Brandon Ayuk has no better situation than San Francisco. I mean, he's going to get the ball. He's an integral part of that offense. You're thinking about leaving there. Where Cleveland? Really? Wow. Or Pittsburgh, where they don't even know what kind of quarterback they're going to have yet. I would really consider rethinking these situations, man. Your options were the Patriots, the Browns, and the Steelers. You're going to pick one of those teams over the San Francisco 49ers? I would go to DraftKings or go to FanDuel or whatever and look at the Super Bowl odds if I'm Brandon Ayuk, because what's more important at this point, man? It is very, very interesting on how Brandon Ayuk, and I guess, man, like, what are you doing? What in the hell are you doing? You better stay. You better stay in San Francisco, because now the Patriots don't want you, and your other two options are the Browns and the Steelers. Welcome those on Instagram Live. Sorry about that, guys. We've had internet issues over here, but Instagram's on now. I believe one of the Twitter sites is up now, so we're live on one of the Twitter. We'll see, man. Trying to get all this stuff straight. We'll be on TikTok Live soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Those of y'all that are watching now, appreciate you. Leave your comments. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. And as always, the podcast version will be up directly after the show, because I have a golf tournament today. Hence why I'm doing this right now. Today's show also brought to you by Diamond Auto Spa. My boy Austin Bauer over there, specializing in paint protection film, ceramic coatings, vinyl wraps. Detailing is just the beginning. Go to diamondautospa.com or go to Diamond Auto. What is that? Diamond Auto Spa on any of your social media outlets. 346-319-5961. Oh, here it is right here. Diamond Auto HTX on your social media. And also Bailey Roofing and Constuction. Garrison Bailey over there, 281-961-2872. Listen, roofing, fencing, whatever. Lots of storms going on. Hit up my boy Bailey at Bailey Roofing and Construction. All right, so now that we're off the Brandon Ayuk thing, a couple more things going on in the NFL, and then I'll get to the games. The Pittsburgh Steelers have Russell Wilson listed as their QB1. And this goes back to exactly what I'm saying with Brandon Ayuk. This is where you're going. The Steelers have Russell Wilson listed as QB1. Now, listen, Russell had a pretty decent second half of the year last year. Now, I'm pretty sure that was a head coach quarterback thing, the why he's out of there. If you're looking at San Francisco and Pittsburgh, that's just dumb. But Russell Wilson is ahead of Justin Fields in the starting quarterback job. But Russell Wilson will not be playing. Justin Fields will start this weekend for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So there you have it. That is an interesting dynamic in Pittsburgh, man. I don't know. And they're playing the Houston Texans on Friday. Texans aren't starting anybody. I don't believe. I'm pretty sure they won't. Look, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Pittsburgh Steelers, good luck. Man, look, what are they going to be? 9-9? I'm sorry, 8-8? Oh, you can't do that anymore. 9-8? Are we going to an 18-game schedule next year? Come on, man. Let's go 9-9, Steelers. Okay, go Russell Wilson, I guess. Look, I love this. I love this for storylines. I'm in the business of content, so go ahead. There you have it. What else we got? So this is funny. Madden cover boy Christian McCaffrey has apparently sustained a calf injury and will keep him out for the entire preseason. First of all, I call bullshit. That is just them saying he's not playing this preseason. I just believe, I don't think that has to do with the Madden curse. Now, are you fantasy football gurus? Are you still picking him first? I don't know. Is this a legit calf injury? Is it? I don't know. I think this is look, we're going to say he's got a calf injury. He's not playing the preseason. They have to answer zero more questions about Christian McCaffrey the entire second half. So there you go. Oh, my boy, Jimmy Musadaka's tuning in. QB1 himself. What's up, Jimmy? Good to see you on there, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Look, Christian McCaffrey, is he hurt? I don't know, man. I don't know. But look, if I'm fantasy football, I'm probably picking Christian McCaffrey number one. And by the way, if you're a gambling man, do you remember last year when he had, 10 games in a row with a scoring touchdown? Are you going to bet that? What is it? If you bet $100, you would have won over $400,000 if you would have just doubled it up the entire time. You going to try to go that route again? I may do that. I may do that this year, even at not 100. I'm not doing $100 a game and then $200 in three. That would be a lot, but we'll see. All right, on to the next. Kyler Murray is going to sit out the preseason. This Arizona Cardinals like where Kyler Murray is at. This is an interesting situation, man. Kyler Murray, from all accounts, is a very, very difficult person to get along with in the locker room and outside of the team. We all remember the PlayStation stuff, the Call of Duty stuff that was in his contract, then it wasn't in his contract. It's very interesting what goes on with the Arizona Cardinals. They're the worst team in the league last year. Are they going to have some sort of a bounce back? Because Kyler Murray, fantasy value-wise, of course, has a massive upside. If he can actually stay healthy and do something productive with the Cardinals. I don't see it. That's the problem. There's been nothing but bad stuff that comes out of Arizona about Kyler Murray. It's interesting. It's interesting to me to see they've got Coach Jonathan Gannon over there and said that he'll sit out all 3 games. Why? I'm sure injury concerns, but it is what it is. They've got a joint practice with the Colts next week. Is he even going to practice with the other teams? It's weird. I don't know how you go from not practicing or playing in any preseason practices or games and then decide to jump on a field and say, let's go. We'll see. Can Kyler Murray stay healthy? Sad news coming out of Dallas. Dwayne Thomas, part of the Cowboys' first Super Bowl win, and dies at the age of 77. There was a couple people that passed away this past week. Just brutal if you're one of the fans of them. But that's pretty much it for the NFL headlines. Let's get into the scores that are starting up tomorrow, Thursday. The Texans. That was Texans and Bears last week. Bears won 21-17. Covered the over, by the way. Tomorrow, Panthers and Patriots. Yay. Lions and Giants. By the way, Panthers camp. News coming out of Panthers camp is that the Panthers are actually in this entirely new zone and looking really good. And that's weird, right? That's very weird. But the Panthers apparently have a new skip to their step. And the Lions and Giants will be on tomorrow as well. Friday, Falcons at the Dolphins. Texans take on the Steelers, like I had mentioned. Eagles and the Ravens. That's Friday afternoon or Friday evening, starting at 6. Saturday afternoon, 11, 12, and 3. We'll have Commanders at the Jets, Bears at the Bills, Raiders at the Vikings. Man, you've got football all day Saturday afternoon. Just put it on the channel and let's go. Packers and Browns, Buccaneers, Bengals, 49ers, Titans, Chiefs, Jags, Seattle Seahawks versus the Chargers, who, by the way, we know that lost their starting quarterback, Justin Herbert, from a foot injury that is on his plantar fasciitis, or however you pronounce that. That's going to be an interesting way to start the season. So keep an eye on that. And the Saints and Cardinals also kick off on Saturday. Sunday afternoon, 2 games, one at 12, one at 3:30, 12 o'clock Broncos, Colts, and then 3:30 Cowboys and the Rams. So here we go. Football's in full swing. So is fantasy football. So is pretty much everything. I love it. The Olympics are going on. Well, they're about to wrap up. You got NFL going on, Major League Baseball going on. Finally, we're getting down to stuff. And speaking of Major League Baseball, Framber Valdez with the Houston Astros last night. Talk about frustrating, man. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, no hitter. And he's got the guy before Corey Seager. I forgot the guy's name. And he pitches around him, basically. I think he had a 1-2 count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and ended up walking him walking him and getting to Corey Seager. Now, maybe he was exhausted, maybe whatever, but my son was sitting on my bed, and I told him he cannot let this guy go. He needs to get out. Corey Seager's on deck, and Corey Seager blasted one last night or the night before. Sure enough, Corey Seager gets up, first pitch, boom, no hitter, shutout, everything gone. 2-run homer by Corey Seager with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, breaking up Framber Valdez's no hitter. Brutal way to end that game. Astros do win the game and put them a half game back to the Seattle Mariners in the AL West. So there's good news there. Astros offensive woes really starting to bother them. There was a 2-run home run by Jordan last night in the 8th, which basically won the game for them. But other than that, their offense has been abysmal the last 3 or 4 games. It has been terrible. So hopefully the Houston Astros can pick it up. Seattle Mariners, sorry about that. Seattle Mariners, with all their trades, has not been better at all. So they lost last night to the Detroit Tigers, moving them, like I said, only a half game above the Astros. Rangers are 5 games back in the AL West. The Yankees have now moved in front of the Baltimore Orioles because they're 7-3 in their last 10 for first place in the AL East. Baltimore's still playing good baseball. Boston's still in there, 5.5 games back. Cleveland Guardians continue to roll. Best record in all of baseball, just by percentage points, because Philadelphia is right there and the Yankees are right there. But the Cleveland Guardians, quietest, best team in the majors right now. It's unbelievable. Philadelphia Phillies starting to really struggle. And since the All-Star break, they've been one of the worst teams. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and it is struggle bus for them right now. And the Atlanta Braves have actually made up a pretty good distance on them. They are only 6.5 games out of the AL East. The Central, Milwaukee's pretty far up on St. Louis. The Dodgers 4-6 in their last 10. The Padres, here come the San Diego Padres, 8-2 in their last 10, and only 4 games back of the Los Angeles Dodgers. That is going to be a fun place to be if you're the Dodgers, Padres, or Diamondbacks fan base. Over the next 2 months, that's going to be a blast. What are we in? Let's see. We've only got, I had to do the math on how many games we got left. It's not a lot. I mean, we're coming up on September, and at the end of September is playoffs. Wild card races are heating up. Baseball is getting to be a lot of fun. Aaron Judge, as of right now, your front runner for the MVP. Shohei Ohtani's killing it in the National League. I think he leads in almost every major category. So National League MVP, Shohei. American League is obviously Aaron Judge. Great for baseball. I'm sure they want the Yankees and the Dodgers to meet up in the championship. But there'll be some other teams that have a say against that. All right. Today's show obviously brought to you by Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. As I said before, go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Place is amazing. They've got Taco Tuesdays. They've got drink specials, mimosa stuff going on. They've got weekend deals. They've got goat yogas. I'm not even joking. This place is amazing. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Get over there. Also, Bailey Roofing and Constuction. Listen, everybody's fence blew down with the tornadoes and hurricanes that came through the South not too long ago. And it looks like there's another hurricane brewing in the Gulf as well. So get over to BaileyRoofingAndConstruction.com or call 281-961-2872 or go visit Diamond Auto Spa. Get your car or truck taken care of. Diamond Auto HTX on social media, 346-319-5961. All right, on this day in sports history, 1907, Senators legendary pitcher Walter Johnson wins the first of his 416 career wins. Wow. 1929, New York Yankee slugger Babe Ruth ties Major League record by hitting grand slams in consecutive games for the second time with a 13-1 win over the Philadelphia Athletics. Wow, yeah, put that in the context. Let's see. 1938. Oh, no, we're not going to do all that. American swimmer. There's a lot of stuff. Swedish race, Tour de France. What else we got? We got some. Satchel Paige wins a game before the largest crowd in a minor league history at 57,000 people at the Orange Bowl in Miami. This is in 1956, man. Wow. 51-year-old Satchel Paige. Man, he won a game in front of 57,000 people in Miami's Orange Bowl in 1956. 1956, again on this day, Boston Red Sox fine slugger Ted Williams $5,000 for spitting at heckling Boston fans. Woo! Third incident in 3 weeks. Look, Ted was a hothead, man. Ted Williams, one of the greatest guys to ever play the game, but he was a hothead. 1960, Arnold Palmer's 20th PGA Tour win, rallies from a 5-stroke deficit to enter a playoff and beats Jack Fleck and Bill Collins to secure the Insurance City Open in 1960. Yogi Berra, Sandy Koufax, and Josh Gibson were Lefty Gomez as well. All entered the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1972 on this day. What do we got here? 1983 PGA Championship Men's Golf Riviera. Hal Sutton wins his only major title by 1 stroke from Jack Nicklaus. Wow. 1981. That's pretty big. Carl Lewis, Mike Marsh, Leroy Burrell, and Dennis Mitchell set the 4x100 relay world record at 37.67 seconds in Zurich, Switzerland in 1991. What else we got here? This is a 1992, the Orlando Magic signed #1 NBA draft pick Shaquille O'Neal. It started the Orlando combo of Penny and Shaq. What fun that was to watch, man. 1992, that was a blast. Let's see, 1999, Tampa Bay third baseman Wade Boggs becomes the first MLB player to hit a home run for his 3,000th hit. The Devil Rays 15-10 loss to Cleveland Indians. Jerry West retired. Former star player and executive vice president of basketball operations Jerry West retired this day in 2000. The late, great Jerry West. 2004, Cubs pitcher Greg Maddux enters history books with his 300th career win, the Chicago's 8-1 triumph over San Francisco at SBC Park. There's a lot of stuff that here's the big one. Here's the big one everybody's waiting on. Barry Bonds breaks Hank Aaron's record on this day in 2007. San Francisco slugger Barry Bonds hits his 756th career home run, breaking Hank Aaron's long-standing MLB record. Now, there's an asterisk by that. I get it. There's a lot of people say that's not the record, but there you go. Other baseball or NFL Hall of Fames, Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith, John Randall, Russ Grimm, Ricky Jackson, Floyd Little, Dick LeBeau. They're all entered into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on this day in 2010. Katie Ledecky won some stuff in 2016. Jim Furyk wins. Dude, there's a lot. And Ichiro Suzuki joins the 3,000 hit club on this day in 2016. Guys, listen, especially Jimmy. Good to see you on here, Jimmy. Thank you for paying attention to Sports with Balls. For those of y'all that missed anything, the podcast version will be up directly after this. I have to go play a golf tournament now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be here tomorrow night. Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. We'll see you later.